In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to generate invoice and how to download PDF files, just like this. So let's say I want to download this particular Gucci shirt. I'll click on the download button. So you can see if I click on the receipt, I have a Gucci shirt. So let's say I want to generate and download this laptop here. I click on the download button. So I click on the receipts, you can see. So this is what we'll be building using Laravel 12 and the Laravel PDF DOM. So before you will get started, we need to install a package. So I'm going to install a package called Laravel DOM PDF. So here I'll come here and search for that package on Google. So I'll say Laravel DOM PDF. So I'm going to look for the one with GitHub. So I want to get the let me search for the one with GitHub. So because I would like to get the documentation from GitHub actually. So let me search for the one with GitHub. It's not here. So let me come here and say GitHub. Okay, let me click on this. I think this is. So I click it. Now this is the one for GitHub. There's some installation that we need to do before we get started. For this tutorial, I'm using Laravel 12 for this tutorial. So yeah, I need to install the composer. I need to install this Barry VDH Laravel composer via the composer. So I'll come here and go to my terminal and install this package. So let me open a new terminal so that I can install that package. So I'll paste that and click on enter. So wait for this to install the DomPDF via the composer. So it's gradually installing. Yeah, we are finished installing the Laravel DomPDF. The next thing is to publish our package. So I'll go back to my GitHub. So let me go back to GitHub. So here under this configuration, there's a place called publish. So just copy this and run this installation so that we can publish this package. So I've finished publishing the Laravel DOM package. If you go to your package.json, you should see the dependencies, the packages. Sorry, the composer, composer. So you see Barry VDH Laravel 12 and Laravel DOM PDF. You can see that. So like I said earlier, I'm using Laravel 12 for this particular tutorial. Now that we've done this, the next thing is to go to our table. Now this is our table. So we need to locate this button called download so that we can pass in the ID for it, just like the way we did for others. So I'll go to where the table is. This is the download. So let me show you the download so that you can see that clearly. Okay, so I'll search for the download so that you can see that. So this is the download button here. So I need to pass the route. So yeah, I'm going to pass the route. So I can call this download.invoice. So let me pass in the ID. Sorry, that's not something. So I'll pass in the ID, which is item-ID. Now this item-ID is gotten from our previous class. So you can see that we compact it. So I'm passing it here, meaning I'm going to create a route for this purpose. So I'll create a route which name will be download.invoice. So let's go create a route. So I'll go to my web.php. Here I already have a route here created for me, which is what you're seeing on the screen. Invoice, download invoice, and the controller is product.controller. Download product is the name of the method, and the name is download.invoice, which we just named it earlier. So I'm going to copy this method. So I'll copy this method. So I'll go to the product controller and do, this is where I'm going to do the generation and of the PDF. So yeah, let me comment this. So I'll comment this as download. Comment this as download PDF invoices. So yeah, remember that I'm passing the route, the ID in the route. You can see this. I'm passing the ID downloads /invoice/ID. So the same thing here, you're going to do the same thing over here. So I'm going to create my method. I'll create my method here. So this method, I don't need your help. Thank you very much. I don't need your help. So this is the method called download products. That is the method I've just created here. So we need to now what? Go to the documentation also and see how we're able to use it. If you go to the documentation, you will see how it's being used. So you can see it here. So we're going to use this method from the documentation. We're told that we're going to use this method called load view. Load view will help us to what? To load the PDF. So load view, that is what it's going to help us to do. So if you come down here, you can see that they set the what? The paper. Set paper to A4. It can be A3, A4. Then the download. This is the name of the file you want, the name you choose. It can be invoice or PDF. It can be receipt.pdf. It can be whatsoever you wish or you want to set it to. That's what it's telling us about. So first and foremost, I have to what? Get all the record from my database first. Like what I've just done here. I pulled the record from database. This is the database. Let me refresh it so that you can see. This is my database table. So I have to fetch the record here using the product method, which is the table. Product is the name of the table. So I'll go back to my VS Code. So here, first thing I need to do is to fetch the product. So I'll say products equal to product. Product is the method. I'll say where ID is equal to ID. So what I want to do first, I just want to get the product first. And this is the method, product method. This method, if you check my product method here, you see that I use a protected guided. It means it's like a fillable, it's used as fillable. So I'll return back to my product controller. So now that I've done this, the next thing I want to do is to now play with what we're given in the documentation, which is this. So I need this method to play with, this load view method to play with. So I'll copy this, or rather copy everything. Let me just copy it from here. Maybe let me just copy this from here. Yes. So I'll copy this. Then I go to this place and paste it here. Now, what this does is I need to import the PDF. This is a PDF. This is a class called PDF. So I need to import the class. So let's see how we're going to import that class. So we're giving, so let me come here and import the class. Okay, so this is the class. So I'll copy this. And I return to my VS Code and paste it at the top. You can see I'm following the documentation so that you can see how these things are being done gradually. So I've done that for that. So the next thing now is to load my PDF. Remember I told you that this load view is where the page you want it to go to. So I can come here and say I want to create a folder called PDF. Then inside the folder, I want to just create I want to create a file called invoice. That's what I've just done. Now I have a product which I'm fetching from my database, which is called product. So I will use the compat rather than using the data here. I don't have any data. So I'll come here and say compat products, meaning that if I go to this page or this file called invoice, I should be able to have all the products from my database attached to it. That is what I have just done here. So I need to set the paper like what you're seeing. I need to set the paper. It can be either A4 or A. So I'll come here and say set paper. Set paper. You want it landscape or portrait? Anyone. Let me just use anyone. Let me use portrait as default. So I'll just keep it simple. So I've just set the paper to A4. And optionally, I can as well set the option. So let me use optionally, like I said earlier. So I can come here and while I love doing it, set option. Set option. So this set option is an array actually. It's going to take an array. So I'll come here and I'll do this, which is what you're seeing me doing. So I'll put this. Now I'm getting this from the documentation, this temporary directory and ch roots. Let me show you where I got that from the doc. So if you go to the doc, you will see where I am getting this, so that you can able, so that you not think I'm doing it off. I'm getting it from the documentation. Load view. Okay, I said it's optional. Oh, it's not in this particular place, but no problem. Let's continue. So now, after doing this, this is the public part. That means the photo where the focus. I'm going to also involve photo. That's why I'm using the public part. For my images are stored in the public directory. So after doing this, what should happen? I have to return the PDF. This is PDF. Return it to where? To a particular file which I'm going to create. So the name of the file is invoice.pdf. Meaning I'm going to create a file called invoice.pdf. This is where all the PDF is going to be shown. So I have to create this. So I'll save this. You can, sorry, what did I best say? So this download is the name you want to call it. So I would rather call it invoice or receipt. Let me call it receipt so that you get to understand that. So this is the name. When you click on the button download, this is the name that will appear. Sorry about that. Receipt. Is that a spelling of receipt? I don't know. Let me just keep it simple. Receipt. Then I'm going to create this file called invoice inside the PDF folder. I don't have a PDF folder yet, so I have to create that. So yeah, I'll go to my resources, views. Inside these views, I'm going to create a folder called PDF. And inside the PDF, I'm going to create a file called invoice. Make sure it tallies with what you have. Invoice.blade.php. Invoice.blade.php. Okay, good. So this is my invoice.blade.php. I'm going to paste the HTML code I've copied already. So this is the HTML code that I copied already from the internet. So now it's just the HTML code that I just copied that has the that has the CSS and HTML, so that I won't waste much time here. So what this code does is to make the invoice to be beautiful. So I have the name. You can notice I have, let me show you. So I have the product image. Remember in our database, the product image is my database. Let me show you database so that you can see. I have a product underscore image as my product in the database. So I also have the category in my database, which is this. And I also have the price. Remember that I compacted it from my product controller. You can see where it was compacted. Compact. I'm passing the product here. So that is what I've just done there. So the image is there. You can see the image public parts. Make sure it's a public part. If not, this won't work. So I think that is basically all what you need to do. So I'm going to save all and go to my browser to see if everything works perfectly. So I refresh the browser. So let me try to download the phone, Johnny phone. Fantastic. So you can see receipt.pdf, the name I gave to it. So let me click on it. And beautiful. You can see I was able to generate this using Laravel. So let me try other ones. So let me close this and try getting this done. Click on the download button. Beautiful. Receipt to second receipt. So if I come here, you can see the products here. The products. I'm not interested about the total. I'm going to show about generating this. So you can see. So let me try the one for the laptop. I come here, I click on download. Fantastic, man. So you can see everything works perfectly. So guys, if you like what we do, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel so that we can bring you more of these. Thank you so much.